Let's go to the full and narrated chapter of One Piece 1113 after the opening. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and before the content of this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Well, let's get to the video. Title of One Piece Chapter 1113, Impasse. Pages 1 and 2, color spread of Chapter 11 and 13. The color spread bears the phrase, "The king is a fighting piece." Nico Robin is playing chess, and all the pieces on the board are the rest of the Straw Hat crew. Pawns. Chopper, 7 different choppers wearing knight armor. Rooks, Frankie and Jinbe. Frankie is using a customized rook, and Jinbe, wearing knight armor, is on top of a rook. Knights, Zoro and Sanji, both are riding horses and wearing knight armor. Bishops, Brook and Usopp. Brook is a wizard, and Usopp is an archer. Queen, Nami, she is seated on a throne with a crown on her head. King, Luffy Gear 5, Robin is holding Luffy to move him on the chessboard. Page 3. Opening note. What is the greatest mind in the world thinking? The chapter begins showing the Punk Records flag in the distance, and a voice, it's Marcus Mars. Mars says, "The greatest brain in the world, Punk Records." We also continue hearing and seeing the broadcast. Vegapunk in the broadcast says, "Well, since the coffee won't cool down and we have little time, is the video transponder snail ready?" Shaka then responds, "Since 30 seconds ago." Pythagoras says, "Being broadcasted and seen by the whole world makes me a bit shy." Mars, still looking at the strange object, says, "So this is the real you?" Double page 4 and 5. We can see the huge head of Vegapunk suspended in a tank full of liquid. Mars says, "What exactly is death? Where do your thoughts reside now?" We hear the broadcast again. Vegapunk says, "This video will soon connect the whole world, whether by knowing or by the inconvenience of knowing." Then we see several people around the world preparing to watch the broadcast. East Blurup Village, hometown. Children say, "What? If Kaya-san's house doesn't have it, then no one in the village does." They are referring to the video transponder snail. Mary says the video transponder snail is quite big, you know? Page 6. Kaya says, "Dr. Vegapunk is also a well-known figure in the medical world." Peeman says, "I thought so." Ninjin says, "Liar. There's no way you could know that." Peeman, "Ninjin, look it up. We're talking about Dr. Vegapunk." We see a Marine saying, "The broadcast will start soon." Twin Cape Lighthouse. Crocus and Laboon are listening. Future Kingdom, Baltimore's hometown. We see some children asking, "Was that person born here?" Adults say, "Yes, indeed. He is the pride of Baltimore." Children say, "Oh, was it because of the Baltimore nightmare?" Adults reply, "No. That was Frankie, who has now become a ship." Page 7. Torinkim Chopper's training ground. Resident says, "The subject is the island where Tanuki-Chi, who is Chopper, is now." Another resident says, "Vegapunk may be the father of modern science, but his scientific prowess was used to produce countless weapons." New World, Pirate Island, Hachinosu. As always, we see the biggest commotion, pirates fighting with pirates. Pirates say, "Shut up, you damn bastards!" Another pirate, "That Vega guy is about to say something." Another pirate says, "Who the hell is that? Anyway, I won't let you get away with deceiving me." New World, Egghead, we hear the broadcast again. Vegapunk says, "Can you hear my voice?" Vegapunk says, "Hello, hello, testing." Page 8, Vegapunk continues the final test. "This is Vegapunk. On air, world. On air, world." Then Mars steps on and destroys the transponder snail, but it was a decoy. Mars then immediately reverts to his beast form and says, "Just a normal transponder snail? Hiding it wasn't enough. You still deceived us. How dare you, Vegapunk?" In the broadcast, Vegapunk says, "Hello, world. On air, world." Shaka says, "Stella, it's a unilateral transmission cable." Vegapunk says, "I already know." Well then, once again, the broadcast will start now. Page 9, again showing corners of the world. Citizens say, "Come on, do it, do it." This place seems like one of the rebellious kingdoms. Now we see another place. A child says, "What is that?" Mother says, "Go back to sleep." A famous person is about to give a speech. As we see Mars flying, the Gorosei speak to him. "Won't this stop?" Mars. Mars says, "It was my fault." Vegapunk was. As we see Egghead Island from afar, the 5 elders converse. He was taking unimaginable precautions to ensure that this broadcast could not be interrupted. We don't know what he knows and what he's about to tell the world, but York said he inherited the research from O'Hara. We see Warcury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Nusjuro all with lines in their eyes, showing they are completely furious and shocked. We see a flashback panel in the middle showing the moment of Clover's death. The Gorosei say, "So does this mean it won't be like last time with Clover? Are you planning to avenge O'Hara Vegapunk?" We then see Vegapunk's body with his tongue, and Sanji carrying him. Sanji says, "I can hear." Bonney-chan, she's asking for my help. Page 11. In the background, Nusjuro is about to cut Bonney and Frankie. Sanji, running desperately, says, "But who the hell is this?" Nusjuro says, "Jewelry, Bonney. I won't hand over the military power of the Navy to you." Frankie then seems to put his body in front of Bonney before Nusjuro can cut her. He says, "Step back, Bonney." Sanji then shouts, "Wait! Get out of the way, Frankie." Frankie's what? Sanji says the only person Bonney-chan will like is me. Sanji then kicks Nusjuro in the face. The kick makes the Gorosei spit blood. Sanji, after kicking the Gorosei, says, "Don't expect sympathy for the elderly from me. That's how pirates fight." Page 12. Nusjuro quickly transforms into his beast form and bites Sanji. Now it's Sanji's turn to feel the blow, but I didn't see any blood coming out of him. Bonney screams, "Sanji!" The giant Kashi says, "What the hell is this? Let's catch him, Oimo." The giant Oimo says, "Right, Kashi." We see the giants embracing Nusjuro, trying to hold him down. Meanwhile, in the broadcast, Vegapunk says, "I have committed 2 sins." We see that it's Atlas who ended up with Stella's body. Then Bonney uses her move, Future Distortion. Giant Future. Bonney transforms into a giant and jumps to step on Nusjuro. Marines shout, "What is this? Is that jewelry, Bonney?" Vegapunk in the broadcast says, "Consequently, this video transmission is scheduled to start when I am captured or when my heart stops." So let's go to the Sabaody archipelago. Citizens say, "Wait, does this mean Vegapunk is already dead?" Duval says, Wait. He was still a hostage of the Straw Hat crew according to the morning news." We see the Germa Kingdom. Caesar Clown says, "Huh? I don't believe this, you bastard. Just when we're about to take you down." In the Economic Journal, we see Morgans of Big News revolted. He says, Hey, now this is a problem. This kind of broadcast will ruin the newspapers." Back to the broadcast, Vegapunk says, "But I want all of you to hear this and understand. Whoever judges me, I won't call them evil." Page 15. "I won't discuss what's good and what's evil. I don't understand enough about him to do that." Saturn says, "Vegapunk, get out of my way. I don't have time to deal with all of you, Nico Robin says, "This voice." We see a quick flashback. Saturn and whoever was giving the orders, he says, "I understand. That's a very bold theory." Probably discussing with Clover before ordering his execution. Back, Saturn says, "Nico Robin, the woman Akainu failed to eliminate. What a foolish man. He's one of the 5 elders." Double page 16 and 17. Nami says, "Huh, what? Protect Robin. Protect her at all costs." Saturn says, "Get out of my way, insects." Vegapunk in the broadcast says, "What I'm about to tell you now will be almost unbelievable. You may even laugh at me." Mars complains to York, "Not good. There are too many vital transponder snail responses inside the lab. Isn't there a single signal?" York says to herself, Think. The chance to become a celestial dragon is slipping away. I'm also a Vegapunk. If it were me, where would I hide?" Vegapunk in the broadcast says, "But everyone has the right to know this." Mars says, "What if we destroy the entire Fabriphase?" Saturn says, "No," setting aside the fact that it would blow up the warships and marines surrounding the island. Warcury says, "No one will ever be able to produce the Mother Flame again." Vegapunk in the broadcast says, "According to what I concluded, this world will sink into the sea." Editor's final note, a shocking future is announced. End of the chapter. And a break next week because of the Golden Week. But there's a slim chance of spoilers. Stay tuned. And that was the narrated chapter of One Piece. If you liked it, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. Until next time, and thanks.